Hello, everybody. If everything went the way as it should, I think we should be live right now. It has been a while, and it has been one hell of an operation to try and get the stream going, but I think we're up and ready to go. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm excited to get this one going. I'm excited to get this one started. We are waiting for the game to come back, but finally, we have Senshi here in Division 1. It has been one hell of a road, but I think we're gonna have to give them an applause to the organization. It has been a while coming. They do deserve it with the rebranding and all. The Road of Legend now. Excited to see what the chapter is going to bring to the Benelux League of Legends, but we can already talk a little bit about the players as well, because we have everybody here in the chat being shouted out. Thank you to Jiggly. We got Barrage, we got Yuki, we got Phoenix, Asa, and Anthrax all in that order as well. So I'm excited to see how it's going to go. I hope you guys are too. I'm still waiting currently on how the draft is going to go. We should be heading in there in just a second. I think if there's any sort of issue, we will be able to communicate it to you guys. But I'm hella excited. I know the community vote was having ZNT favored in this matchup. I think if you look at the papers, that's also what I'm gonna have to agree with. But still, we're here for Senshi. We're here to cheer on Senshi. That doesn't mean it's gonna be completely biased cast. Maybe I'm gonna be a little bit happier when they do a good play, which of course we are allowed to do. We're our own stream. If you don't like it, go to the normal one. But we're in English, so I understand if you are here. At the same time, though, let's take a look at these players, right? Because a lot of these people already know these players. They have history, you could say, and a lot of that here in the Benelux, of course. Papers mean nothing. Ua just won from one man. Did they really? That's crazy. Is this better for lighting? By the way, I feel like it's not. This is too dark though. What am I gonna do? Let me fix this. Once upon a team one, really? That's insane. That's absolutely crazy. I wonder when we're starting draft though. That would be nice if I had some sort of idea about when it could happen. Is this better or not? For better or for worse? That is of course the question. Is this better whatsoever? No change for you guys? I don't think so. No, it kind of depends on what's in front of my screen. It's fine. You know what? The cam is not the most important thing of it all. Yeah, what is the most important thing of it all is having these first games going, because a lot of things have changed since last time. So first of all, right now we're introducing best of threes. Now what does that mean concretely? Obviously we have the winter split, spring split, summer split, and ongoing. If you win them all three, you're the goat of Benelux apparently. But no, best of three, that means we get to watch more of our teams. That means we get to really see them go head to head a little bit deeper than what we might expect. And then all of a sudden, something like a once upon a team taking down a one-man army is not that unordinary anymore. So let's see how it's going to go. I can see Jiggly is hella excited to see how it's going to go. Got a lot of people in chat as well. Yoshi excited to go for Phoenix here. White time from Captain Thomas Kench. Yeah, very excited. Nice. I'm ready to see the game now, if we could get it going. I don't think it's live just yet. I'm not even quite sure where I'm going to be communicating with the operators. I'm not sure if there is a channel for that, but hey, we go as we go. As soon as I get more info about when we get in Champ Select, I should let you guys know. Talking about Champ Select, I think we are playing on the, how do you call this patch again? Is it the 25 Season 1 Patch 3? Is that it? The 25.1.3? I think that's the one at least. That's the patch we're playing on. We're also going to be playing Fearless, which for those of you who don't know, Fearless basically means that if you either pick or ban a champion in game 1, that means in game 2 they cannot be picked or banned again. So we're going to be seeing 10 completely different champions in game 1 and 10 completely different champions in game 2, or respectively game 3. So we might see up to 30 champs today, which is always exciting to see how it's going to go. Yeah, I think people get rewarded here who have a champion ocean, people who are able to play flexible, not necessarily in their playstyle, but more in their champion choices. I think it's still good to have an identity, especially in these first couple games. And I'm excited to see what they've been cooking up, you know, because I'm talking obviously from a Senshi perspective. I know they have been working, but that doesn't mean I have any inside information about what's been working and going on here. So I no clue what they're going to be drafting today. I'm supposed to be the expert, but I'm going to be looking at chat for most of these answers. I'm just going to give my 2 cents, but I should probably have studied a little bit more, but what can you do with a busy life? We already see Bench in Kench once again saying Phoenix instead of all those random imports. I'm not gonna say the other word before that because I don't think they are wordless at all, but still exciting to see how the homegrown Benelux talent is going to perform. Right, the last time we saw these five guys together, it was not the restaurant, but it was in the Team Shrimp. I think their name was Fry in the Benelux Masters. So now they're playing under the Senshi banner in the Division 1 of the Road of Legends, the winter split. I think we should be heading into Champ Select in just a bit. I'm not quite sure what the delay is here. Just got word that the first game should start in a moment, so I'm excited for that. I think there's music with it as well. If there's not, then I'm sure we'll be entertaining ourselves nonetheless. Who am I excited for the most for watching? Honestly, kind of a hard question for me. If you're asking me personally, for me, it's probably going to be Yuki. Because that's one of the names I mostly remember from around the time when I started paying a little bit more attention towards esports here in Benelux. And I remember he was already playing in the Division 1. As I remember, he took a little bit of time off, or he's gonna come back or whatever. And now he's back. So I'm excited to see how he's going to be stacking up against these other top performers. And as to how it's going to go, as I said, it's a question mark for me. But I think at the same time, being in the dark is what makes it all more fun. Now, though, I'm kind of done yapping. There's not a lot there for me to still talk about. So I'm kind of excited for the draft to start here. If we could get it going, I think we should be ready to go. Which, by the way, the catchphrase for Road of Legends will be everything counts. I kind of like that, everything counts, every victory counts. I'm not gonna read chat. I can't read chat, I think, honestly. A little bit, it's gonna throw me off guard, but that's okay. Okay, I think we should be ready to go in just a bit here. So, get the drumsticks going. I would take a little sip of my water, but I probably shouldn't. What on earth am I reading in chat? Yeah, at the same time, on the side of ZNT, the names that I'm looking out for the most are Whip and Marty. Marty, obviously, not a Benelux resident, but he has got, I think, what do you call it, the LTR residency. He has been playing in the league for quite a while, has been improving, steadily improving. One of the first times I think he really gets a shot at one of the previous top teams. A lot of people's opinions, I feel like, are deferred on ZNT. Some people say that they're top 2, top 3. Other people think they're going to be top 6. So I think it's up to them to prove what they're worth. If you take a look at their lineup, putting them top 6 is a little bit criminal, but there is a little bit of competition in the league, of course. So we're going to be seeing. All these tier lists are always fun for content to see how they stack up against each other, and then for bragging rights at the end of the split to be like, you see, I was right all along. So you get to be the number one predictor. I see a lot of things happening in chat already, but I'm more excited to see things happening in draft. My mic is apparently pretty low. Let me see if I can put it up. There we go. Maybe it's a little bit of an issue here as well. This should be a little bit better now. Am I fine, guys? Am I low still? Is it okay for me? I think I'm good now. Thank you, Selmer, for the feedback. I appreciate it. Now I'm really out of stuff to yap about, so more than fine. Oh, Samper, did I do something? We're talking about, oh, god. What on earth? What on earth? What on earth? This is the first time back. I'm really excited. Maybe you can tell by the way that I'm yapping, but I honestly just want to get in the game. So can we please get in the game? I just want to watch some League of Lego. Senshi against ZNT. I mean, it's one hell of a matchup, I think. I'm really excited to see how it's gonna go. I think the lane to watch might be topside, because I personally really like the kind of player that Whip is. I think he's very good, and he grew a lot during his time in Benelux. Then he took some time off, I think, from the Benelux at least. I think it was Hitpoint Masters, was it, that he was playing? I'm not 100% sure. Maybe it was ABL, but I think it was Hitpoint Masters, where he was playing there as well. I think he got back to EMEA on his own, and now he's facing off against Barrage, which, once again, I'm going to be continuing to say this, but is homegrown talent. So, yeah, kind of excited to see how that matchup will be faring in the top side. Now I'm really excited to get drafts going. I'm repeating myself because it's simply true. I might put some chill music on, or what is the idea here? I'm not quite 100% sure what they want me to do. There we go. We can also do this. Meanwhile, that should be better. Perfect. And I'm not sure, is there already sound coming from as well? That is another question. For now, I can just put some background music, some hotel lobby. That's my go-to. The hotel lobby music is peak, guys. It's absolutely peak. That's what I'm telling you. Where are we with drafts? Talk to me. No one is talking to me. When is happening soon? Let me see. Any ETA? All right, perfect. Hello, Povio. Ah, stop! I'm gonna blush. You already can't. I already look like a tomato because of the darkness in this room, which is the embodiment of my soul. But my soul will be happy once Senshi gets to bring out the victory here. So, can we get it going? I'm just not a patient man. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Oh, it's Playboy Melt. Hello, welcome back. Nice to see you here again. All the regulars, good to see you guys. I think, are we in draft? I think we're in draft. Okay, I think we're going. If I'm not mistaken, we're in draft. I see a time.
I'd rather be home anyway.
Do you guys hear music? I think you hear music. You do, right? Wait, there was music? Now there isn't music anymore. Anyway, okay, it's fine. The music we can talk about later. It is what it is. We're in draft finally. Maybe I'll just... There we go. Does that mean there's music though? I don't know if there's music. I think it's only the...
If I want your opinion, I'll beat it out of you.
Music. Talking about the bands though, we see Aurora Vi already taking away Skarner on the red side. Not too much of a surprise there. Has been the kind of champ, especially on red side, together with Victor to be banned away. So wouldn't be surprised if that's the next ban to come out for the side of Senshi Esports, unless they want to start target banning ZNT. It is going to be the Rel, which is a little bit of a surprise in my opinion. Okay. Jerky, maybe I didn't do my homework. I mean, I didn't. I'll be honest enough.
My countermeasures are ready,
apparently pretty
even
good.
if you are not.
I can hear the bands only. Yeah, exactly. They don't have any sort of music, so I'm gonna be trying to provide it by myself, which should be done like this. Maybe is how I'm thinking, and then we do something like this. So, all right. I think we're good to go. Nice. Okay, now I can focus on the drop. Perfect. I can quite hear the band. You need a little bit louder? Okay, I can put it loud. So next time you get completely... do you guys hear it now? Okay, talk to me. Feedback. It's the first time. Yoki Yoki. Did I say Yoki? Oh my god. It's okay. Nunu's being hovered. Don't think it's gonna be quite locked in. The Maokai. Okay. We've seen it risen in priority more recently. Now also banned away. Victor is still open, which is a bit to my surprise. Maybe I'm just behind on the meta, but I think he's still quite good. He's not necessarily big or bad, but I do think he was a little bit higher in priority. The Mel ban does make quite a lot of sense, so music is a bit loud. I'll put it down a little bit. Thank you for the feedback once more. So Giovanni's being hovered right now. Could go either in the top lane or in the jungle. Don't think we're gonna be seeing it into Maokai. Maokai tends to do pretty good at the tank matchup, but so does Giovanni. It's kind of a flex angle here. We already talked about the Nocturne of Yuki. Thanks to Jiggly in the chat. Would be a little bit of a surprise, I think, if they pick it that early. I personally don't really like seeing it that early, so we do go up for the mid lane blind pick rather instead. Okay, so that means we see Phoenix Anhui. I think a champion is more than comfortable on. I think he's played at the Benelux Master already as well, so I think Senshi right now already have a comp, kind of what they want to play with. Their pick potential as well as their poke potential is quite strong with the Sejuani ultimate, followed up by the Hui insane range and AoE damage, so good to see. On the other side, they also have strong pick potential, especially if this Lux gets locked in here for Marty. Okay, we know that's champ he really likes. Whether or not that's going into the bot lane is still up to be decided, but it's most likely going to be a counter pick into the Hui, considering we already see that matchup. Unless it's going to be Anthrax in the bot lane with Hui support, but I think that might be cooking a little bit too much. So, Marty Lux, I like to see it for him specifically, but at the same time, a very immobile champ. into a mobile champ in the top side with the Ambessa. It's gonna be kind of hard for Lux to play during the game into Sejuani and Ambessa, but during the laning phase she should be fine. Still, if anybody can pull this one off, it should be Marty. Now, looking at what should be next, is I'm focusing on support bans, probably for the side of Senshi here. Maybe something like a Renata to take away against the pickpockets, pick potential on the side of Senshi. It will be the Renekton instead. They're expecting the Maokai to go jungle then, I assume, which would make sense. It could still be slotted in the top side. But it's most likely to be in jungle, so you take out a strong blind pick in the top side. The Baron taken away here into the Lux Q and the Varus. I understand where it's coming from. Don't think you would blind it, so I think it's already an R5 ban. And Alexante taken away as well. It does leave room for Emilio or a Renata here into something as strong as a Sejuani, I think. It's still quite a good pickup, but at the same time you need some playmaking. You already have the Lux and the Varus that are quite squishy, so another support probably to be banned away here, unless they want to ban away a very strong AD carry, and it will be the Ezreal that we've seen risen in priority against these skill shot based champs, thanks to the Arcane Shift. Does make a lot of sense. AD carry should be locked in here. Which one should it be? I'm thinking about something that can support the pick potential, maybe something like an Ashe even. Kaisa could be some sort of follow-up. The Ziggs has been risen in priority as well. I am thinking you're maybe a little bit on the AP side when you do that. So it will just be the core key. Now I have to make sure that my song doesn't start. There we go. Perfect, and we're back here. Alright, a little bit messy, but we're gonna get there eventually. Corki, I think a good pickup compared to the Ziggs. It will be a little bit too AP heavy. Merc threads are not that strong of an item, but MR in general is quite strong. Poppy most likely heading in the top lane, could still be flexed around. And then the Nautilus, as we said, they need a little bit of extra front line instead of extra yeah, not tankiness, I forgot the word. Fragility, there's another word. Squishy, there we go. At the same time, they do have R5 for support. Braum already has been banned away. If I'm thinking what I should take here, an Alistar doesn't quite seem too bad, although into Poppy it's not the strongest pick, but I would like some sort of engage. Okay, an Untrax for Nami. Nami for Untrax rather. I do think it's more of a signature pick for him. I think he's more than comfortable on the champ, so back to comfort we go. I don't think in theory it's necessarily pretty bad, because you can slow down any sort of engage thanks to that tidal wave, of course, and at the same time you can empower stuff like the Corki, like the Quay. The ability heavy damage coming in could be a surprise. So I like Senshi's comp, especially maybe a little bit less with the pick potential, but more looking at the combat heavy power that they have with the Ambessa weaving out together with the Corki dishing out the damage as well as Quay's range. And on the other side, I think it's very clear that they want to play front to back, right? They want to look at a target, they want to blow this one up and just play very standard. Maybe 3 in the front line, 2 in the back, maybe looking at a possible flank from either Maokai or Poppy, but in the way that they want to play is very standard. So I think it's going to be up to Senshi to try and throw a curveball here, to try and get that one going for themselves. I think if they're not creative in this game, ZNT will probably roll over them. And now I should go do this. There we go. Perfect. And then we should be heading into game in a little bit, is what I'm thinking. All right. What are the thoughts about drafts, guys? I personally like the Ambessa pick here. Can't say I have quite seen. Oh, I already hear some in game. Ooh, nice to see this. I'm not sure if you're supposed to see this. I'm not 100% sure if you're supposed to see this. But we will figure it out as we go. If you're not supposed to see this, and I'll just back to my cams. There we go. In case there's some sort of leak that you're not allowed to see. So yeah, it's a nice visual, nice graphic. I think half of the budget went in that graphic. Perfect. No, that's a joke, of course. But yeah, as I said, as I was talking, completely lost my train of thought. The Ambessa, I think, looks quite good into the Varus, into the Lux. They're not as mobile. So once they get caught up thanks to the ultimates, they're gonna be suppressed, they're gonna be locked down, there's gonna be follow-up with the Hui range that is, of course, on the table. So excited to see how it will go in the end. And I think we're heading into the game in just a seconds. Don't go anywhere. It's gonna take a couple seconds before we're actually into the best of 3. Finally, with ZNT on the blue side facing off against Senshi on the red side. The first games for both of these teams in the Road of Legends. Let it be known that you were here from the very start, and let's see if you can make it until the very finish. I think that's exactly what Senshi also is currently thinking with themselves, right? If they can put out a 2-0 performance here, it would be incredible. It would be an achievement. I do think they're the underdogs here today, although we had 2 casters from the Road of Legends predict that they were going to be taking this win with a 2-1, and that were most notably Craze and then, of course, Bandits. My personal goats. Not just because they picked Tenshi, just because, you know, no correlation whatsoever, Senator, so no worries about that. The game is paused. I'm not quite sure what the issue is right now. Can we get predictions? Well, my predictions on paper are supposed to be 2-0 versus NIT. I do think Senshi can work their magic, but if I have to try and be completely unbiased, I would say a 2-1. Because looking at this comp, I think Senshi can be creative enough to weave around the picks that NIT have drafted. But on paper, they should be stronger. That's just facts, and usually I follow paper. So I would say 2-1 versus NIT, even though I do hope Senshi will win. You really want me to turn on my light, but it looks kind of like this, you know? I don't like it, no? So now it's like more chill, more low-key. I bend in with the background. Unless you really want me to turn on light, and I'll do it, fuck it. But oh, I can I whatever, I don't know if I can curse. It is what it is, but at least that ship has sailed. We're still paused. I am not quite sure as to why exactly. If we could get some information on that, that would be nice. Maybe it's just a delay that I haven't been told about, of course. So let's see. Okay, so I don't have any info for the time being. It's probably the delay. I think we've been around 2 minutes now, so we should be getting in just a second. Predictions in chat. Yeah, I mean, Playboy, you were saying Teams NIT. Okay, good to hear. Oh, never mind. Everybody, shut up. We're heading into finally. We are ready to go here. Now I'm excited to see how it's gonna go. I hope you are too. And I think it is linked. Perfect. I'm so excited, guys. You guys can see everything perfectly. You guys can hear everything perfectly. Nice. That is good to hear. I'm excited. You're excited. Everybody's excited. Perfect. Okay, so level 1. A little bit of a innovate coming on here, but nothing they haven't been expecting already. You're playing against the Nautilus. Is it a little bit low on your side, or how's the sound, guys? I'm sorry I'm asking so many questions, but as we said, it's the first production once more. Volume is fine. Does it have to be up? Does it have to be down? Feel free to engage in conversation. So, level 1 info, they will be able to know if Yuki is starting on the top side or both side. Of course, unless he starts weaving a little bit differently. ZNT playing in that bush level 1, they know that they supposedly should have that level 1 matchup, I believe, with the Varus and the Nautilus. It does kind of depend. In the longer fights, the Nami does provide more value than the Nautilus does, if they can maintain their spacing and range, but let's see how it will be in the end. So Yuki now heading towards the blue side anyway. Gonna be starting off that blue, maybe looking to pass either top side or mid lane level 3. That's going to be the question. Now, piercing arrow from Afribi will not connect, and there's the Gatling gun already. You can already see the poke that this Corki and Nami will be dishing out constantly. Jerky has to be careful. Just realized we're playing with Jerky and Yuki, so I'm sure that's not going to be an issue whatsoever. Jerky now using that W actually. Ooh, a little bit surprising that he went for the W, not the Q, but as we said already, the spacing could be a real issue to try and deal with, so instead he opts to go for a little bit more sustainability in lane, which does make sense. As now we see Barrage already playing very aggressive in the top side, but not necessarily winning the trade. And Asa getting away from the Dread line with all that Poppy knows very well that he is kind of strong. Can I up my mic volume? I will do my very best. It is currently at the max. I will just bring it a little bit closer and speak a little bit louder. So thank you for the feedback, Selmer. Appreciate it. Moving into the jungle pattern though, we see both Sejuani and Maokai heading to their respective red buffs. Now what does this necessarily mean? We won't be seeing a scuttle fight anytime soon. But we might still see some early action. I'm mostly looking at the top lane. I don't think Whip is in any position to be dove, considering he's a poppy, and at the same time he will be hitting level 3 soon. There we go. But we might see some early cheesy recalls from Barrage. Now he's gonna be scouting, so they should be aware that Shibi is indeed on the bot side right now. If they have done their good tracking, they should know that he's currently on the Crux. But we do see a little bit of a slow push from Senshi here, so they might be in trouble, considering we have no clue on how exactly they're going to be pushing out that wave. And they might be looking at a possible freeze here. Maokai now coming through the lane. At the same time, we see Yuki heading topside. Whip might be going for a ward. Yuki looking there, but at the same time, Asa might be getting engaged on. They find Shibi, and that's a whole lot of damage on the Maokai. 1 HP as he has to flash away, and Asa now has to heal already thanks to the piercing arrow and the hail of rains. The hail of arrows rather from my freebie, but all of a sudden Shibi having to waste that flash. And that's a big cooldown on the Maokai. If he ever goes in, overextends just a little bit, then he might be in a whole lot of trouble. That's a flash going forward, and Asa right away with the cleanse. Thank God he managed to get that one out. Didn't have to waste his flash, but at the same time has to be careful. Because there might just be another engage happening once more. Now Yuki heading into the mid lane to help Phoenix push out the wave just a little bit there. Asa just too much aura. Just looking for a little extra push. I like the fact that Yuki's coming bot lane here. Even just the fact that he's there, making sure that Shibi is still not hanging around, trying to force in that wave, and making sure there's no freeze happening. And we saw him do this in the mid lane as well, right? So Yuki right now really helping his laners in these difficult situations to try and get their lane strange, try and get their reset button going without any downsides to it. Now Jerky doing his best to try and delay the lane a little bit, but Anthrax should be heading out of vision to get that base going for itself as well. Now let's take a look at the lane states. Marty and Phoenix both have already wasted, or rather invested for a better usage of their teleports back into the mid lane, getting their first couple items, and then they go back to laning. We do see that the Lux so far having the slightest advantage over the Hwei if we take a look at the HP bars as well as the farm. But it's not too much of a difference. Still the counter pick doing somewhat of its work, but I think we're gonna be needing to see a little bit more in order to say that the Lux is worth its fruit right now. We might see a little bit of action going on here with Anthrax already heading towards the mid lane, but so is Turkey. And must not forget about Shibi as well at the same time. Level 6 for Phoenix though. Marty has that final spark available for himself as well. Doesn't sit there even to get a big chunk on the way and maybe play for the grubs, but instead wants to keep it to try and blow up a target. They do have a whole lot of target selection as we already talked about, so the Void Grubs are going to be given over by ZNT to the side of Senshi. Considering Maokai also doesn't have the flash, so the fight does break out and it's in a wrong position. That should be the first blood heading over towards Senshi. For now, we're 6 minutes in. We're still 0-0 is going to be the scoreline. And in the bot lane, you can see that Corki already heading towards that Manamune and the Trinity Force, I believe. With that fear stacking. Could be in trouble though. Anthrax now making his way as quickly as he can. Asa could be in trouble in the 1v3 tower dive. How long can he survive? The Nami is pretty darn close though. Should they be able to survive this one? And all of a sudden Shibi's not gonna be the one tanking, but Jerky instead. Asa now flashes away. Who's gonna be the one tanking? It will be Shibi as he goes down now. The kill will go over to Anthrax, but with a flash away. And with Phoenix roaming down, it's Senshi that now finished ZNT for their greed in the bot lane. And with a well-played tower dive or anti-tower dive on the side of Senshi, we see that they're now able to take up the lead here. This not only means that they are up in kills, that they got the Void Grubs on the top side, but now no one to really contest the dragon as well. So Yuki not only gets to take the Void Grubs top style, but also the objective on the bot lane, starting off with the Infernal Dragon here. So Senshi off to a good start. We already talked about the fact that they're gonna have to be a little bit creative, but at this time, it's an IT who shot themselves in the foot with that performance. Oh no, what? Yuki! Okay, that's okay. That's all right. It's okay. That's life, you know. It is what it is. I don't think he has smite though, so that's unfortunate. I'm not sure if he missmited or just smited, but did they even have vision? I think they did. Yeah, there's a ward there. There we go. Amphibi is just coded. It's alright. It happens. At the end of the day, it's just a consolation prize anyway. And once again, top lane. I mean, that's just what top lane is about. Constantly going at it with each other, trading aggressivity and dying. Stacks. This is just for content. Yeah, so you can make another montage on the socials. You're welcome, guys. It's all about everything. Someone in right now. Not yet, not yet. He has another objective to play for. In just a little bit. The Void Grubs will be spawning again. Looking at the 2 minutes. A little bit of a freeze-ish happening. Not quite. Just kind of baiting them to overstep outside of their wave. They do know they can get quite some damage there. Also does have access to the cleanse again, so it won't be that easy. And take a look at that wave. Oh my god. And then the rockets doing an ungodly amount of damage already. Afribi is currently leading in CS compared to the Corki though. And we once again see Maokai on the bot side. Whip might have overstepped here, never mind. I think I overestimated Besta damage. Marty still hammering away on the Phoenix's HP bar and doing so with success if you take a look at the CS lead. And that's kind of the name of the game across both bot and mid lane right now. The CS leads in favor for the side of ZNT due to their matchups mostly, but also just their ability to play the matchups. Now Whip once again playing against Mirage in this one-on-one. Also ahead in CS in the top side. So let's see how else they should be able to get this one going. We can't quite check the gold right now, but I think when it comes to gold it is very even. Oh, Alpha gold. That's gonna be the pick already, and the double from Anthrax! Beautiful play from the side of Senshi, and we talk about them needing to be proactive. And that's exactly what they are. They look for the pick, not only with the tidal wave, but following with the glacial prison as well. And chat, should we give Asa an Oscar for that performance? He literally just Valkyried in to get them to fight. It's absolutely insane. The death charge and the chain of corruption immediately coming out, and then the cleanse as an answer. Beautiful to look at. So right now, proactivity, what we want to see from Senshi, exactly what they're doing. 100% kill participation in the bot lane. Top lane might be crying, but they're just stabilizing for the time being. So Senshi, as we talked about already, in the leads. However, this time around, the Void Grubs will have to be given. They don't want to be giving the 6 away for free on the side of ZNT. So let's see how else they can turn this one around, because we do see that Varus has been slotted in the top side now. Kind of seems like Senshi didn't really expect this one, so they're kind of running-ish around. Can try to look for a play onto Whip, but he has already understood what exactly is happening here. So I think they bled a couple waves there. Good rotation from the side of ZNT. That's what I like to see as well. And Whip should not be in any real danger here. Small 2-wave lead in the mid lane for Marvi. Small wave lead for the top lane as well. Whip completely getting rid of the wave. Alright. Not sure what value that had there. Maybe denying some plates, maybe denying some more XP, while on the top side they don't really have an answer. So, well, there's your value, I suppose. Now, what is the answer going to be for Senshi, though? Because they are like, okay, we're fine with the swap. We want to get this one going. Are you going to look for a dive onto Whip anyway? He might be in a difficult position, doesn't have the ult anymore. He has a flash available. We'll now be looking at a play right now. Whip, he does have the flash. He has to stand against the wall. Right now it's Aka who's tanking. He does not have the flash, or rather he does, and they should be able to get the kill. Yuki will survive with just a sliver of his HP there. And they get a kill, but I think on the top side they should be able to get first tower at least. So a trade in regards. You get first tower for 1 kill. And now in the mid lane, Marty could be in trouble. We already talked about the issue with the Lux being kind of immobile, but he does get away with the flash for the time being. Both Phoenix and Barrage having used their ultimates. The tower on the top side will be taken. That is the first feat that they have acquired for themselves. Senshi have already acquired the feat of war. If I'm not mistaken, they have... No, ZNT have 2 out of 3 objectives so far. and Senshi only has 1. That should be changing now with the dragon, but we do have everybody coming down here for that exact objective. So let's take a look at how they're going to be playing this one. We do see a base coming through from Phoenix, who does not have the teleport. Neither does Marty though, so instead they might be looking for a steal again. Shibi not wanting to give this one for free, but Shibi and Afridi together, the BB Boys. That's an amazing name. The BB Boys. You can credit me for that one. Thank you very much. Will not be able to steal this one away now. Instead, they're once again rotating their bot lane to wherever the Corki and Nami are not. So at least I have to give it that to ZNT. They are using their lane pretty darn well. As Bossy Cashme once again in chat was waiting for the main channel. Yeah, unfortunately they're still playing. So welcome to the stream. Kind of a summary of the game so far. ZNT kind of shot himself in the foot with a failed tower dive at level 6-7-ish, not too long ago. And then a proactive play from Senshi was able to get them a kill as well. Hence why it's 1-6 right now. The hook coming down. Shibi might be looking for a play. 4 people on the bot side. They say we might as well just try it again. Right now there is no backup from the Sejuani, so I think Senshi correctly decides to abandon the tower, but that doesn't mean that ZNT should be able to get this one. And there's the ultimate already, an immediate answer of 2 ultimates to try and get them off their lane. But Afribi might have to be careful, because Asa has a little bit of damage. And now the all-in coming through there. There's going to be the tidal wave over the other side. We see the depth charge in the final spark, doing a whole lot of damage, but it's going to be Afribi going down first. Asa's still alive, and Atrax has to flash away from the binding, but instead it seemed very gloom for Senshi. But once again they get away with it, and you can't keep getting away with it, because this is simply, I would say, miscommunication on the side of ZNT. I don't know how else to put it. Miscommunication, misexecution. There's a lot of banners you could give this one, but the way that the things are looking, Senshi, they have to be proactive, but instead they're being reactive. So ZNT is just the one actively making mistakes, but they overstay their welcome, because the initial play is pretty good, right? You want to play for the bot tower, you can isolate the Corki, you can isolate the Nami, but then they pull the trigger too quickly. You hit the hook onto the Corki, and all of a sudden everybody thinks that's the go button. You use the Varus ultimate, you use the Maokai ultimate, and by the time that both Yuki and Phoenix make their way down, there is no resources to take the 4v4 anymore. And even though Marty hits a beautiful binding on the bot lane of Senshi, it doesn't mean anything because there's no follow-up. Unfortunate though, we will see how it goes. Nightmare saying, I thought it's a D-tier team. Yeah, I mean that is what it is. Can't have everything in life. Can't be a D-tier team and then all of a sudden lose the game as well. So Whip still hammering away at the tower. I think Barrage should be able to save this one for the time being. Taking a look at the feat of the objectives. I forgot the exact name. It is currently 2-2-2 if I'm not mistaken. There we go. So the next dragon or herald spawning rather in just a couple seconds will the deal. So let's see if those boot upgrades are really worth it. We've seen some discussion around it. People saying they're a little bit of a bait. Other people saying no, they're OP. I would like to know what you guys think, chat. How you would say the state of boots are. Are they rather good or are they rather bad? That is of course going to be the question. Now Barrage once again wanting to go for the tower here. That's going to be the ultimate way from the side of Whip. Now they do get the Herald, so they will get the boots upgrade. There we go. It's happening completed on the side of ZNT. They have the Herald, but what else will they use with it? Senshi not really able to walk in, but on the other side not really getting anything as well. So ZNT just putting their foot down, getting something for free, dare I say. And you can maybe looking for the ultimate, but you have to remember the Varus has cleansed. Barrage now getting the tower at least. So the side lanes should be up and ready to go. Jerky maybe in a bad position. It will be the Varus instead that's going to be the point of interest. Now Jerky has to flash away. I don't think they can follow this one up anymore. Yuki can be in trouble. He has to flash, but it might be a little bit too late. Now flashes away from the piercing arrow. And there's going to be the damage onto Shibi. And both Afridi and Shibi now going to back off and take a look at Asa. One more auto attack might seal the deal. The flash away from Shibi as he's barely 1 HP. But he will survive in the end, and the Corki left unchecked is quite an issue on the side of ZNT here. Because if Asa is not the person of interest that you want to go for, he's just going to be free hitting all the way. At the same time though, they got the summoners of Afribi, they got the summoners of Jerky, and they had to invest a flash of Yuki on his own. So I would definitely say that is worth. Let's see if they can repeat that play in under 5 minutes to really take advantage of the flash not being up and available on the side of Afribi. Kind of quiet around the rift now. Almost had me thinking about my intrusive thoughts. Maybe ZNT was thinking the same and going for yet another tower dive, but instead the dragon is being set up now by the side of Senshi. They should have the upper hand, as we talked about those big cooldowns like the flashes having been used in the mid lane by some of the carries on the side of ZNT. It's quite a big thing. If you look at both Chibi and Afribi not having those, especially for the Maokai, not really easy to go in without flash, knowing you can't get out anymore. So let's see how it goes. What on earth is going on in chat? I don't even want to talk about it. That's okay. Whip now figuring out. Oh, this is not my territory to go anymore. He is popping up that ultimate. There you go. Anthrax going for a ride. Immediately going back to base. Just accepting their fate. Now they will trade a dragon for at least one tower. Don't think they can crack the inhibitor tower quite yet, considering Phoenix is there to take care of the wave. They might get another charge off, but I think it will be enough for now at least. Now Barrage at least should be pushing the bot lane wave. The one that you're looking at the most for Senshi is these side towers. It is what it is. You still have the bot lane tier 3 as well, so not the end of the world, but you do really want to crack open this mid lane tower. Now it's kind of hard to do, obviously. You might want to look for another play as you did just a couple minutes ago, where you got the flash of the Varus looking for a pick there. You have to Sejuani ult again, so the next time you hit a freebie he should be done and dusted with, especially with the follow-up of a tidal wave. But even then, might be easier said than done. Sejuani, they decide to back off instead, spend their golds. If you take a look at scaling, Corki almost finishing up, or heading towards the second item rather. Muramana should be done in just a couple more casts. Warrior in chat, thank you for cheering on Senshi, even though maybe you don't have a clue what's going on. Gods. I'm not even. You know what gods. You know what gods. Now Atakan has spawned. I might need some help. The variation one is the one with the Guardian Angel, right? He's the one that's very hard to kill, and he's the one with the Guardian Angel, right chat? I said once again, I haven't really done my homework completely. I know there's two kinds, but considering it's kind of calm, this game, overall, I would say it's the Guardian Angel one that's free to verify. We should be seeing it in a second. I personally am of the opinion that the Afghan is very, very strong. Oh, that's going to be an old once more. Marty was the one in trouble, but instead Anthrax dropping down to low HP. He's still alive for the time being, allowing himself to heal himself up due to being Nami as well as finding the plant here, but that's a flash from Marty this time around. But still miraculously no one was able to fall down. Rush now hitting on the tower. Somebody's gonna have to answer whip in the top side though. With the way that the game has been going, I do... Whoa, the flash away from Barrage. Okay, better safe than sorry. I don't really think that would have been the case, but I think now finally Senshi should be able to open up in the tower. Having to be careful though. The whip is coming. Whip might be looking for a play, but Yuki once more. If there's anything I can say about Yuki's play in this game, is he's really playing like a Guardian, and it's honestly kind of impressive to watch. The way that he's just... I mean, I don't want to say babysitting, never mind, babysitting Jerky already went down and piercing arrow from Alpini, but that reason is might be exactly what gets him killed here. The flash up and available and just a little bit. The final spark will not connect, and up and out, looking for that final little bit of damage onto it, but doesn't quite have the range. And the flash was not up and available. So Whip keeping his cool, not having to waste any more of his own summoners or resources rather. And Observer going kind of crazy. I'm not sure if he's rap battling with the with the keys, but that's alright. And Senshi slowly but surely, I mean, maybe it's a little bit cold for me to say, but they are tightening their grip on the game. In the beginning I would say, well, being as proactive as you were in the early game, or as you need to be, there's not enough stuff going on, but they're taking it slowly but surely, methodically. And this is kind of what I would expect from the other side of ZNT. But if anything, if you don't take a look at the nameplates, you could say the roles would be kind of reversed in a way that you expect Senshi to play more creative and ZNT more traditional. But And if anything, Senshi are playing very calm and collected, and ZNT, they're more inclined to try these risky-ish plays, as they did already in the early game as well. Now the same thing here in the mid lane, Jerky kind of overstepping, getting caught off guard. Not quite what you want to see. Atakan now up and available. We do see Senshi first, Cinnamon is also on the top side. Getting a trial there, but oh my god, what is that damage? The Hwei and the Gorky really doing whatever they can with their taking set. Very inconvenient for ZNT, dare I even say atrocious to try and deal with all of that poke and range on the side of Senshi. They do still have the Barrage ulti, as you just saw, on top of the Nautilus to keep an extra level of suppression there. Observer more than on Bessa, actually. Genuinely. Probably true, by the way. Don't think we should fact check that, because I don't think it will be a good result here. Now up is the dragon in 15 seconds. ZNT have tried to prepare for it, as you can see all these wards they placed earlier. Senshi, however, they have the upper hand of the bot side, which does not only contain the dragon, but also the Atakan, if we have discussed it already. They are pushing now both bot lane and mid lane, and they are moving in, their Barrage moving down as well, but considering ZNT's positioning, they are just gonna give the dragon for now. Maybe even the Atakan essentially desired to do so. With it heading towards the top side, Shinji now probably going towards the mid lane again. Instead they're opting to not fight for the Atakan instead of Baron is what I'm thinking here. I don't necessarily see the downsides of not going for the Atakan though. Maybe just pushing range and going for it again, but Baron not quite up and available. Maybe it's kind of hard to walk into ZNT's comp, and that's why they don't want to give them full availability of that area before they have to walk into Maokai and Nautilus, which I would understand, but do think they could have gone for the Atakan there. Feel free to let me know what you guys think, chat. But Baron now spawned here. I was started with a nice animation. Large level 15 compared to Whip's level 14. Both of them are anti-icing. That's gonna be the Baron's ultimate already. Better safe than sorry. Asa using the cleanse, which means I'm not sure that's a good or bad thing, because at the same time, if you don't use it, I don't think there would have been a follow-up. They were a little bit too far. At the same time, you don't quite know if they flash and hook you, you might be completely screwed over. But now you don't have cleanse anymore for the upcoming fights. I'm not sure that's going to be relevant though. Yuki already going in, that's going to be the tidal wave. So he will not capture anything at the same time. That's a whole lot of fun to back. But take a look at Barrage. He has found Marky now, but he's going to be in trouble himself. Barrage 1 HP, but the shutdown will be heading over to Afridi on the other side. Wither teleported in as well. And Yuki has to flash away. They have to try and play it back. And now ZNT were the ones to strike first. And Barrage wasn't able to flash away due to the amount of CC. Marky having used that flash there. Turkey once again could be in trouble. Take a look at Aton's damage. He's doing his best to try and walk up, and he's doing a great job at it, but that's going to be Yuki going down for his final spark, and now Ada's still alive for the time being, but no plans, he could be in trouble now. Flashes away from the binding, goes back in once more! Alta with a triple kill from Gorky, but at the same time, it's an ace for the side of ZNT. A little bit of a flash for Alpha as he somewhat saves the teamfight, but in the end, it's the methodical play from ZNT in that teamfight that allows them to be the victor there. Now the Baron has been started up with half HP. We do see Barrage coming towards the Baron pit, and I'm not sure if it's going to allow them to work for free. He doesn't have the ultimate anymore though. At 4k is the Baron currently. Do they really want to flip it? Barrage, this could be the play. This could be where you come in, but I think he might be in a little bit of issue. Never mind, he gets the kill. He levels up as well. He flashes away from it, but the Baron will finish the target and what he started with, but he does stop the Baron. Barrage with a hero play there, trading the 1-for-1, and the Baron sneakily getting himself a kill as well, but still managing to stop that Baron attempt. Can we talk about ZNT's resurgence though? That single team fight has once again allowed themselves to be put up into the discussion of this game. So what Again, this is going so far. What a throw from Killer Ice in chat as well. The team fight that should be 100% won from Senshi. Also doing a great job at the team fight there. Getting himself a triple kill, killing both Marty, killing, I believe it was Jerky as well at the back of it all. But instead, I think Phoenix was caught off guard off screen as well. Barrage to begin with. Looking for a play on Marty, but then he flashes away. Finds himself in the midst of the 19 members. So it's quite easy to make that one go. Let's see if they can take a look on first to do that. Can be up on trouble already. Oh, and oh my god, they don't have the time to take down the author. So now they're gonna have to pay the cost to let them down. There is no T5, there is no world in which they get this one. And take a look at the CC that is being put upon Phoenix. He might have movement speed, but I'm not quite sure it won't matter. He does manage to get out, and with 2 to 1, Senshi once again drawing himself back into this game slowly but surely. And with 2 damage dealers still alive, they're once again looking at the Baron. He has 15 seconds on the 40 to turn on the jungle. And I don't think there's any real answer that Senshi can do to try and move him out. This is a race effort. This might be worse. Return will go the way of ZNT. 50k gold compared to 49 now. Dragon, however, should be property of Senshi, which would mean the soul here. But take a look how ZNT is quickly recollecting themselves. I don't know if they're going to be fast enough though. They have to walk in. Quite some bushes. Should be different at the time. That will be the soul coming over to Senshi, allowing themselves to survive just a little bit of that. And that's all-in potential that we haven't seen. Instead of these things. Playing these scrims rather is not to be meddled with. Am I seeing that correctly? There's a hull breaker on the back. Going for this strong. Respectable. Still excited to see how it will go in here, unfold in front of our very eyes. And I think take the bottom power here. But once again, basing now is able to get the mid lane away. So drop from Asa as they don't have any push on the mid lane tower right now. But it does mean that in both side lanes there's an open road towards the inhibitor tower, kind of like a red, how do you call it again? A red carpet, there we go. Red carpet rolled out towards the... Hello? Who left their blinkers on? Like, guys, hello! Is 720 the max mitigation, is it? It's not, it can't be anything more. Is it with me? Am I the issue? Is that it? No. Oh guys, it is in there. That's like, I'm not gonna lie, we can barely hear you. Okay, I'm gonna be louder again, apologies. Thank you for letting me know. This should be better. Test 1, 2, 3. Maybe let's talk about the game again, because all of a sudden a lot of stuff had happened. Meanwhile, the soul has happened for the side of Senshi. ZNT now having their eyes onto Atakan. And there's no real answer for the side of Senshi. Maybe they can look at a tier 2 in the mid lane, but even then, it will be the Atakan with the Guardian. Okay, so that means that now they can take any fights they so wish for. Top lane tower should also be gone. The next wave is coming in. Might be a little bit of tempo, so not quite sure if you want to risk that one. We all know that ZNT currently have nothing to lose with these Guardian Angels on top of them, so they would gladly take some of these fights right now, and Senshi really has to avoid them. The one thing I'm looking forward to is not only the Baron spawning in 3 minutes, but also the Elder Dragon making their appearance once again in approximately 3.5. Now a freebie sitting at 4 items already. And Corky, Asa, the other carry on the side of Senshi. slowly but surely. We saw mid-game that he was able to do a lot of damage. I'm excited to see how it will go in the late game, because against this comp, I think it's fairly hard to play. If we had something like an older Corki that could play with the abilities a little bit more, I believe it would be better for them. But now having to auto-attack while being as short range as you are into a comp like the Lux, like the Maokai, like the Poppy, like the Nautilus, it won't be that easy. Our game sound so it's balanced. Let me work on that. Can you guys still hear it? Is it fine for you? Should be better now, I think, right? Okay, let's see. Let's see, guys. It's a work in progress, as we both know. Really great ultimate there from the Poppy. Different verdict, allowing them to finally open up the base here. The first inhibitor of the game will only be taken at 33 minutes. Fairly slow game with Senshi. First is in control of the ZNT. Crawled their way back thanks to their superior team fighting. If they're not the ones making mistakes, then it's not too bad. Also, what's in on this one? Oh, also what's Phoenix walking up here? Oh my god, he got blown up, and I think ZNT. They don't have anything to lose. They might just look for a fight here. They might even look to end here. Even a singular tower would not be too bad. They have the Guardian Kings. So in a 4v5, there's going to be the tidal wave already. But at the same time, there's going to be the hook on top of Anthrax. Meanwhile, Barrage on the backline. Can he find the pick? But they do already have the Guardian Angel. Don't forget, Nautilus has been sent back to base. So I think this is what it will stay at. Marty once again without mana, so don't think he can make this one happen. They were able to get a kill though. Anthrax has fallen down. And the Windows sound, to answer your question, Playboy Mills, it is not mine. It is from the things that we have been presented. So bear with us, bear with ROL and the operations. It's the first stream, the first day of a very long reign. And of course it will come with their tweaks. But at least you know it's not you, so you don't have to worry, you're not being hacked. Vanguard is completely working fine, I think. So that's something not to worry about. Something to worry about for Senshi though is the way that the game has been going. The course of the game, ZNT is just superior at this point in time. I'm not quite sure how Senshi can try and deal with it. Especially now having to face them head on in these 5v5 fights, considering how much value that these picks have been providing already for ZNT. And taking a look at the Varus ultimate, taking a look at the Lux fuse, that's going to be a hook on top of the Sejuani already. It's quite tanky of course, but not as tanky as you might think. Yuki having to flash away, but once again the hook there. That's a whole lot of damage onto the Nautilus. Barrage somehow not being able to hit anybody. I don't know if he can escape from this one. There's a keeper verdict. He does have a flash away if he needs to, but Whip might be in trouble at the same time. Barrage doing a whole lot of damage here. With being pushed back into the team, but reading and beating out. Taking a look at Senshi. They're going to be chasing now. Anthrax maybe following up with a bubble, but essentially are able to blow one up as Yuki stays alive through it all. And Anthrax now showing up to Afridi. Afridi could be in trouble. That's a flash away though, and Shibi was able to follow the Corki, but there's no real follow-up. Marty doesn't have the final spark anymore as well, so the tension is rising high. The AD carries are looking each other in the face, but difficult to say who will be coming out as the victor this time around. I think for ZNT they should be lucky that no objective can be pressured for the time being, even with Jerky not up and available on the map here, but with the Elder Dragon now being alive, we can all agree that it is the most objective to take on the field right now. And even a trade Baron for Elder Dragon would be deadly for any of those Phoenix leading with a combo. Hit a good combo on the Jerky though, which allows them to get that pick going. The Phoenix, they know he's not with the team yet, they might have spotted him, so he has to take the long way around. Senshi has to be careful, but he really wants to sustain all of his damage. Are being split up now. Asta here, Asta. They're gonna be finding a target. Is it gonna be enough? Once again, Barrage in the back of them all. Afridi could be in trouble. Afridi still alive. They'll take a look at the field that they're giving. Barrage could be in trouble. Barrage on HP. He will go down, and there's no answer whatsoever. Afridi will get slide down from Phoenix on the back of it all. Let's stop playing the 480 carry. Jerky's still alive for the time being. Now Whip is gonna be chased down. One more auto attack will seal the deal. Then shut down coming through for Asa on top of Whip. And now the Elder Dragon is the next point of interest. We take a look, we teleport to the base here. And that's the cancel from Phoenix. Somebody's gonna have to stop Marty. Marty's now on the back door. One tower is already gonna go down. Can they find another one? It has to be now or never. You have to kill Shibi. And only then you can start your base. Corki now making their way. Is there still another way for Lux? The answer will be no. So he gets one tower, but the game end is not quite there just yet. And now Asa has to make a decision. Does he go back to his team? He will take the mid wave. And on the other side, they're gonna have to give this one over. Barrage spawning in 4 seconds. They should be giving this one to him as well. So no Marty party. As Selma said here in chat. It was a fun idea to try and backdoor and good cancels all over, but without a real wave, there's nothing you can do about it. And now with the Elder Dragon strong, Senshi, stronger than my voice at least, heading into the Baron. They're gonna have to use this advantage to their fullest. They have wasted, or not wasted, once again invested some of their summoners not too long ago. Take a look at Afribi, no flash, Asa no flash, so both of these AD carries kind of, I can say squishy, but definitely not that hard to kill. Asa once again not scared to move up. Jerky could be in trouble. That's gonna be the Elder Dragon doing what they can already. Whip could be the next on the chopping block. Take a look at all these lows. That's gonna be the bubble already coming in with the final spark through the shield. Excuse me, Marty. That is illegal. They do get the kill onto Jerky once more. The Nautilus treatment is being served, unfortunately. And I think ZNT know that they have no business contesting this one. Even without the final spark, there is no way that they're going to be able to seal this one off. So the Baron will go the way of Senshi as well. So let's see how it will go. Please listen, they have to adjust. It was a period of vacation for them. They have to come back into it. Probably played a little bit too much of Oshu there, with the APM being extremely high. But now back to the game once more. Baron buff for Senshi, the Elder Dragon. Not quite sure how long the buff is still resting on them. I would guess for another maybe half minutes, 2 minutes. So it's now up to them to really get those fights going at this very moment. Because I don't think they'll be double buffed for a long, long time. And if you're playing into something like Lux, it's not quite easy to make your minions go all the way to the end. Senshi also not quite having as easy a time getting those picks going as NIT does with something like the Barrel Soap and with something like the Lux stick. They want to be 30 minutes. Another 5 minutes of this. It's not enough to send this matter in the corner. Nu al Baraat on the backline. He doesn't have this last bit of trouble. That's going to be redemption as well. He's still alive. So with the entirety of ZNT. So essentially now working their way in the base, and they have gotten the ZNT has been there before, they have done that before. And also once again moving up. He doesn't seem to be scared at all. Instead he's going to be moving forward with, I think it was the last couple seconds of the Elder Dragon, and now Chaos being used by Anthrax as well. I think essentially they might be looking for something right here, right now, but with Mirage racing. I don't know what the idea is. He's teleporting back there. No. Trouble. She's kind of going down 50 yard low. Mirage now coming back, taking some damage. They're gonna have to wait on to next wave, and I think they themselves should realize that they have to back off because they have overstayed their welcome. A flash going in from Afribi there to finish off Phoenix. Now what's the will answer here though? So once again, be careful, Mirage gets locked up here, and that's gonna be the ultimate. The tidal wave to try and slow them down, and I think they should be able to get out here. Just being chased down. It's NIT. I don't think they're gonna give them a moment to rest here. Chase them down to their base, but flash available from Afribi though. I don't know if that's not really worth flashing for that? Question mark. Chat, what's your take on that? Not gonna lie, I never saw Asa play before, but man, his balls. Yeah, he is not really holding anything back this game. I say that, he's just Wing in and not really playing back. I think that's also kind of what you have to do on Corki in this game, right? That's what we talked about. The lack of range being made up by the fact that he is able to have that field, to have that team backing him up in case something happens. So excited to see how it will go in the end. It's now Barrage on the top side. And finally, after 42 minutes, it has cooled down for a little bit. But I doubt it will remain this way for too long. Next objective will be the Elder Dragon making his return in just a minute and a half. Hence why ZNT now kind of tracking themselves once more to at least be able to walk in there. You can see that they have some vision in the enemy blue side. And Senshi, they're gonna have to clear that before they wanna try and play the objective. I'm already heading towards the top side, can easily clear that way. But just the final spark, it's exactly that. It should be getting another one. Now Asa going to base, not sure if he's gonna buy a pot or sell the boots. Don't think selling the boots here is the idea, but might be going for a Zephyr later on. If he decides to change it all. But right now they're just stabbing themselves in the face. Honestly, I can't really tell who's gonna be winning this one. But we'll have to wait and see how it turns out in the end. Dare I say, it is much closer than most people have anticipated. So props off to Senshi and props off to ZNT for being able to come back. Yuki now leading the charge. Asa finding Whip, who's a little bit out of position here, and Barrage could be in trouble. Keep in mind, there's going to be the redemption already, but it's going to be out of range, and that's going to be him in trouble. He doesn't quite find the kill, and Afribi kills one before the Elder Dragon. Now that's going to be the base coming down for Whip, but he does have the teleport. So now Senshi in a 4v5 situation. Asa trying to play as aggressive as he can, but without their top laner, Senshi might have to consider giving up this Elder Dragon, but that might be an issue, and that's going to be the Zanyas already from Phoenix. He has the flash available if he needs to. Asa once again threatening the backline to the best of his ability. Yuki flashing forward. Chibi kind of low in HP. Whip going on to Yuki. Now we can see Anthrax and Phoenix both out, but an amazing final spark. Amazing value from Marty there, and Yuki's the first to fall on the side of Senshi. Still Asa moving forward, has to be careful not to get hit by those bindings, and he's doing God's work out here with how much he's able to walk up and exert pressure on the side of Senshi on top of ZNT. And now Barrage is up again in 5 seconds, has the teleport available. Take a look at the HP bars on the side of ZNT. It's not going to be that easy to get a walk in the park. Elder Dragon here, that's going to be the teleport already. Anthrax tanking up that piercing arrow, but the final spark doing so much damage. Once again Barrage coming in, maybe a little bit too early. Can they do anything? As an answer, Alpha flashing in, but he might have signed his own death warrant. They might get a kill onto it, but I'm not sure if that was worth it. He was looking for the hero play. Now after me once more, looking for the kill onto Barrage, and Barrage just gets completely gunned down by the Ferris, which means not only does NIT get the Elder Dragon, but they will go back to the base. They will recollect themselves, and then they have their eyes set on top of the Baron, and Asa does not have the flash anymore as well. I think we might have just seen the end of the game here. ZNT should be able to take this one now. And oh my god, what on earth is this game delivering? The first game of the season for both of these teams. You have to imagine 2 Elder Drakes already with 46 minutes into the game. And I mean, resiliency is at least one thing you have to give to these players, both of the teams. They're not letting go. They're really closely matched in terms of their team fighting ability, which is something I've heard about. Well, with the Elder Dragon available, with the Baron now being taken, there's little Senshi can do to try and turn this one around, although you never know. And dare I say respect to Marty for the Lux, because it is definitely paying off. 13 out of 17 kills so far, even more so for Afribi, 16 out of 17 for them. Almost 100% kill participation on the other side can be set the same for Asa. 19 for both Asa and Anthrax, so really a bot lane heavy game. Senshi now trying to slow down the push here, but it's only a matter of time for anything really Whatever happens here is the observer having some fun with reading the items here. At the same time, it does kind of feel like Senshi are understanding what the dangers here are. I mean, also taking lightning once more. That's gonna be the ultimate already on top of Yuki. He's surviving for the time being, but he knows that eventually Hakugi will start doing the damage, and that's gonna be one already. Now Barrage on the backside. He won't survive for another time being, and also doing what he can, but once more he has to be careful. 2 executions already thanks to a freebie. And the Elder Dragon sends his regards. Back to base for Marty, but the teleport will be up and available. Senshi, they will have to drop this inhibitor tower, maybe even the Nexus. Because what else is their option? They do not have Wave Shield anymore, not without Phoenix. In a 3v5 scenario, ZNT should be able to finish this one. Barrage in trouble already, doesn't have the flash anymore. Still quite alive for the time being, but that shouldn't take too long as a very speed. Take a look at the HP though. Asa somehow still keeping them off. Anthrax could be in trouble. And that's gonna be once again Whip finding the target. 20 seconds on to Quay, 20 seconds on to Sejuani. The base coming through from Whip, but I don't think it's gonna be completing this one. Barrage once again. The only thing between him and the Nexus Tower, I don't think they will care anymore. They will be on the Nexus, and that's gonna be bold. Asa and Barrage going down. ZNT after a 49-minute banger. Bring home the first game of this best of 3. But it was not an easy task. Not an easy task at all, dare I say. And what on earth did I just witness? That was cinema, dare I say it. Cinema, absolutely of the highest degree. Very entertaining game to watch. A lot of takeaways. ZNT has to clean up their early game. They're too excited to make things happen when maybe they necessarily can't. They don't necessarily have the right amount of members. They're a little bit too eager, a little bit too proactive, not controlled in the way that they played their early game. But man, is their team fighting good. Man, do they understand exactly what they have to do. On the other side though, Senshi, they are really good at identifying when the enemy is overstepping. They're really good at using those mistakes to create a lead for themselves. And then at a certain point, they were choking down the game. They were getting their grip on ZNT. They were getting objective after objective. They got the soul. They had to give up Baron for it. But that's okay. And then there were a couple throws in team fights. ZNT simply just a little bit outperforming Senshi in this small little things when it comes to mechanics. I don't know exactly what it is. I can't pinpoint it. But you could tell in the team fights, it was kind of hard for them to play. Was it skill? Was it draft? A lot of factors at play. All I know is I'm gonna need a second to take for myself. I think both of these teams can also use that second to try and recollect themselves after that first game. Good news, it's freeless draft, so we won't see any of the same champions again. 10 new completely different ones. We're gonna be taking small break, I would say 4 to 5 minutes tops, and then we'll be back with game 2. ZNT leading 1-0, but it's a best of 3, so we don't know what will happen. We'll see you guys in just a bit here.
Hear my plea to the fallen, leave me to be with the broken one last time before I go. Hold the last burning ember, let us never surrender. May we rise up to the call. For the glory and the fall.
This ain't where the legends come from. You know what a hero looks like. Pretty little flower, won't you sit back down and go play nice? So keep talking, keep laughing. One day you wish you hadn't. Other people on fire, fire. Maybe it's time they meet their dragon. If you're gonna hold me down, you're not gonna let me into your castle walls. None of you can keep them. 'Cause if I gotta burn it all down, then we'll burn it all down. My oh my, look at who ends up bigger this time. And if I gotta break it all down, then let's break it all down. Bye, playing with fire, and we'll burn it all down. This is where the bruises come from. This is when the game gets ugly. These blood, sweat, tears keep running. Licking my plate 'cause I'm so hungry. Keep talking, keep laughing. One day you'll see what happens. Other people on fire, fire. It's about time they meet their dragon. If you're gonna hold me down, you're not gonna let me into your castle walls. None of you can keep them. 'Cause if I gotta burn it all down, then we'll burn it all down. My oh my, look at who ends up bigger this time. And if I gotta break it all down, then let's break it all down. Bye, playing with fire, and we'll burn it all down. It starts right now. Baby, you're surrounded. Put your money where your mouth is. Bury your doubts under the ground. Then they're gonna watch you step over the ashes. Right now I'm taking my turn with the matches. 'Cause if I gotta burn it all down, then we'll burn it all down. My oh my, look at who ends up bigger this time. And if I gotta break it all down, then let's break it all down. Playing with fire, and we'll burn it all down.
Welcome. Jesus Christ, that was not the start I wanted. Welcome back, everybody, to the second game of Senshi facing against ZNT. We should be heading into TransIP in just a bit, as I have been told by my inside informations, my inside informants. So I had to put my mic a little bit closer, so I'm just gonna try and eat my mic the entire time. If it's in front of my face, so be it. Perfect. You guys should be able to hear me a little bit better now, I think. Anyway, last game was absolutely crazy. It was absolutely nuts. I'm excited to see if it's gonna happen again in game 2. If we are heading into 3 games, I would prefer 2 games. So maybe this one to be like a little bit shorter, and then the next one to be a banger again. Because honestly, it's getting kind of late already. I have to wake up early. But if that means we're getting like 50,000 games that are really good, then I'm excited to see how it will go. So let's see what they will go for in the end. Getting rated by Senshi Esports 2. Thank you, Senshi Esports 2. I think it's the homie Frame Breeze coming here from CS. How was it, guys? Did you guys win? Did you guys lose? How was it? Let us know. The standing right now in League ZNT took game 1, and Senshi is now on the back foot. It was a 50-minute banger though. Absolutely insane. 11-3. That is so unfortunate. That's kind of like what happened here, but all right. I won against a high-checked team, all right. I think we're heading into Champ Select. No, not yet. They're still trying to figure it out, if I'm not mistaken, at least. I'm not perfect, alright. Is there anything else I have to do? No, my life is easy now. Oh, you won! Nice. Okay. Apologies. Sorry. I have to be happy then. Sorry. It won't happen again. So you won there. Now you're gonna win here. I understand. So that's business. That's the way that Senshi is doing right now. Well, maybe stick to CS, guys. League is not your strong suit. Joking. Absolutely joking. It was a good performance, and I'm excited to see what else you're gonna be able to bring to the table. What I'm more excited about is Fearless. The fact that we're going to be able to see so many different champions being played in these best of threes just throughout the entirety of the season is so exciting. We're not going to be seeing Varus, Corki, we're not going to be seeing Nautilus and Nami, we're not going to be seeing Lux and Hui, no Maokai, no Sejuani, no Ambessa, and no Poppy. So all those are be taking away, as well as the other 10 champs that were banned. Don't ask me what they were all by heart again. I'm not quite sure. I do remember. Oh, it's Fearless. Yeah, it's a pleasure to watch, I think. Thank God I don't want to see that. Not come on, guys, stay nice. It's okay. Jerky won the game. That's he just needs to type GG easy at the end of the game. It's alright. It's the first game. It happens. It's Nautilus duty. Just have to get into it. Once you start dying in Nautilus, there's no way back. It is what it is, you know? Just have to accept it. My mic is so good. Here, yes, okay, I'm gonna do like this a little bit better. We should be heading into draft, is what I've been saying for quite a while already, so I'm not sure why we haven't yet. Fearless draft, except Nautilus can be picked again by ZNT. You guys are unbelievably toxic. It's insane. Apparently there are a couple issues. No worries. Have to. Okay, apologies. I was doing some admin stuff, as you guys can probably tell. I'm gonna be making sure we can have some music again for during the champion selects. For when the time is here. There we go. But for now, we're still waiting to actually get into it. There we go. All right. I think we're gonna head into draft in, I think, like 1 minute. If it's not 1 minute, guys, then you can just turn off the stream. I'll be doing the same. We won't be casting. No, that I'm kidding. I don't. I'm contractually binded. That's also not true, but you know, I'm just skewing some stuff. Okay, what are we gonna see? Victor was not picked nor banned. Victor 100% will appear, right? That's the idea of it, I think. So Victor should come. Because with Fearless, you also can't pick the banned champions, right? Am I, or is that wrong? No, right? It's also the banned champions. I don't know why. I'm so out of it. It's crazy. But Victor should be up and available. Aurora has been banned out. Ash was still in availability. Ezreal was banned out. Kaisa not really the strongest right now. What other champs have we seen a lot recently? Jesus Christ, I'm completely blinding. You know what? We'll just wait and see. I'll just go with the flow. I'll just see what they say. We did see a Yuki Nocturne shout in the chat earlier from Jiggly, so I'm excited to see if we can get that one going at least. But whether or not it will be picked is of course not up to me. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see something like a Nocturne for Yuki, one of his signature champs. What else can we be expecting? Maybe Renata coming in for Anthrax. Not that I've necessarily seen him play Renata, but I'm just obsessed with the idea of Renata, I guess. Last game as well. Maybe we can talk about playstyles a little bit, because NIT, they dropped the ball in the early game last time. No surprise there. as in yes, surprise there, but no lie there. They simply made errors that they should not have made. I think the basis of their plays were good, but it was mostly the execution. So when it comes to the idea of playing as they are, I think it was alright. But the way that they executed this with the dive coming into the bot side was just not to the standard that you really want it to be, right? So let's see if they maybe can make a little bit of tweaks, a couple of adjustments moving forward, but it usually takes a while. You guys are W casting me. I wish I could W stream you guys too, or W chat. Though I don't think that's a possibility. How many points do I have, by the way? When am I getting my sleeve? I want a sleeve. That sleeve is so cool, guys. I really want it. I never wore a sleeve before, but I think I would like it. Would it look good? Yes, it would. Thank you. Back to the game. Okay, we're already in draft. Jesus Christ. Didn't even give me time to think. Perfect. All right, into draft. That means we get the song going as well. There we go. Hopefully not too loud. Perfect. Okay, what do we already see? We already see the S. Oh wait, so you can ban the same champs. You just can't pick them again. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, all right, I see. A couple of issues in the top lane. In the pick and pan department, as you guys can see. The Corki, yeah, they're still adjusting it right now. And then the Ambessa in the top lane, and then they're good to go. Let's talk about what they've picked so far. It will be the Xante and the Kai'Sa now. On the side of Senshi, they already have the Vi and the Xante and the Kai'Sa. Okay. Really wanting to go in, really wanting to blow up their target. I think the Ezreal was a really good pick into that. Syra also kind of makes it hard to do exactly what they do. So, good counter from ZNT so far. What else would I be looking at here? Maybe a top laner already into the Xante, something like a Camille or Jax, maybe even would not be too crazy for a whip here. It will just be the Ornn, okay, slow and steady. I think that's more than fine. You already have the damage and then the flashing from the Ezreal and from the Syra, so I think that is more than fine. 100k hours. No. Is it actually 100k? No, it's... I think so, yeah. Can I get it just for free, just for chatting? Honestly, that is based, honestly. Still, the Rakan taken off the table now for the side of ZNT. Anthrax not able to pilot that one moving forward. Looking at mid laners maybe now. Victor, if it's important. Although Victor into that comp is not as strong. Looking at a mid laner that might be a little bit harder to kill. Not sure if Morty plays stuff like Akali or LeBlanc. Think it would fare pretty well. The Yone is a very good shout as well. So nice little pickup there. What other support could they ban away here? Are we looking maybe at the Realm Nautilus Braum? Again, the Braum seems to be pretty good into the both the Ezreal but also the Ornn ultimate, of course. It is kind of counterintuitive for wanting to go in, so I would expect something else to be paired with it. The Rel or the Nautilus. Probably one of those is going to be banned away here. No ban, which I'm not sure if that was meant to be the case, but I think they just lost it, so unfortunate, I believe. Oh, the 1990 immediately sold. Well, Leona now banned away for their side as well. So they're expecting Zyra to be jungle, which is probably the case actually for Shibi. But for Maokai to Zyra, two completely different champions, but wouldn't put it past him. Probably pick mid lane here is what I'm thinking. Yeah. Orianna maybe even, not that strong. Oh, really? Wow, the Alistar. Blind. I mean, there's not that many champions that can really punish the Alistar, I guess. I mean, Nautilus seems alright here still on the table. Lulu would be good for the melee for the 2v2, I understand that. The follow-up on Vi as well. Polymorph. Okay, it's gonna be locked in here for Anthrax. Enchanter main, love it. Now Phoenix has to pick up the mid laner here. You already know that you kind of want to go in. The Lulu is kind of the only one left out. Ezreal kind of slippy, but you do need some damage. I'm looking at something that can take down tank-ish as well. Syndra not really what I was talking about, but I see the value wanting to blow up your target. So more than fine into the Alistar as well. There we go. And now on the other side, we know Marty likes to cook. Maybe even the Nico. I don't think the Nico would be that bad here. Is that a crazy shout? If you pick the Nico and they go into either you or one of your teammates, you can completely stop their engage with your ultimates. You can slow them down. You're not a bad pick into Syndra. Syndra doesn't have any sort of mobility, but I'm probably a little bit too focused here. It will be the Azir for Marty. Okay, so front to back once again for them. That does mean, of course, Syra jungle, thanks to the Alistar. Or an Alistar, very, very obvious front line, right? You just want to get in there, you want to disrupt the back line, you want to be a meaty beef shield, and so forth. So, let's see. For the side of Senshi, you want to go in with the Vi ultimate, obviously. You have the Kai'Sa ult to follow up if they are out of position and alone, and then you can start look to isolate them and really get those skills going. At the same time, though, the Xante can also go in with the ultimate, but then he also has to find the right angle. The Syndra has to find the right angle, as in you have to be able to get past Alistar, get past the Ornn. Lulu is just kind of left alone in those team fights, right? So I'm not sure. I think it's going to come down to execution. I'm probably a little bit too focused on that Vi pick there, wanting to go in, wanting to really find that pick, but we'll wait and see. We'll wait and see. Now, couple minutes, I think, again, before we head into the game, of course, ZNT have taken the first one. Chats, who do you think won the draft here? Because I feel like ZNT has the edge, just because, once again, their comp is just easier to execute. I see it being together a little bit more than I see Senshi's comp being together a little bit, so I might be looking at a ZNT 2-0. Scaling is off the chart for them as well. They have the Azir, they have the ornaments. Syndra, of course, scales incredibly well as well, so that's not an issue. Xante, on the other hand, as well. I don't know. It's really hard for me to say. I won the draft. Thank you, Bert. That's lovely. That's lovely. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. That honestly gives me a warm heart. Thank you. Thank you. Still, ZNT are up 1-0. Maybe they have a little bit less jitters this time, less nerves. First game of the season has been played. It was a victory thanks to their tenacity, thanks to their resilience. This time around, you don't have to come out of the gate swinging. You don't have to make those unnecessary tower dives and so forth. So maybe they're going to be a little bit more calm, a little bit more methodical, as we saw towards the second half of the game for ZNT, and really play towards their strengths, with this going to be the team fighting mostly, as we saw, with Afribi being able to position himself quite well, and mostly on the other side, relying on his support, on his peel, to really come through and allow him that breathing space, because a lot of the times he was found by Barrage, but then nobody could just follow up. So let's see how it will all unfold in the end. Are we already in game here? Am I seeing that correct? I think we are. Okay, well, I let's go then. Let's go. You know, I'll take it. Perfect. Okay, sound is fine, guys. Not too loud. Not too loud for you guys. Or put it down a little bit here. Should be better now. And I think we're good to go. Well, I'm once again excited to see how this game will play out. Don't think we saw level 1 shenanigans. Everybody still has their flash. Yes, they do. Now Barrage already heading onto Whip. Trying to find a little bit of extra damage on that Ornn. And will manage to do so. Now in the bot lane, they're using their range advantage as well. Whip, really nice trade back onto Barrage here. Why did you let Afridi pick Ezreal? Such a voice. You cooked yourself. We'll wait and see, I suppose. Afridi's gold on Ezreal, why would you int? Well, I know that he is known for the Ezreal. But that doesn't mean that gods can't bleed or whatever cringe saying I can put here, but you never know. We will see how the game goes. I think Senshi is happy with their draft, so let's see what their game plan will be. I'm still trying to figure that out a little bit by myself as well. LFG, good luck and have fun. Thank you, Bird. Or Brid. I said Bird. Apologies. Bot lane gank already taking a look at the Zyra here. Oh, Asa's gonna be found. Should be in trouble. Jerky not flashing in here just yet. Okay, forces the flash away at least at the end of it all. As now Afibi gonna be in trouble. He still has the barrier though. Yuki not quite being able to finish this one. Taking down, and that's gonna be a lot of HP, but not quite enough. And Asa trying to run away. He can't finish this one. Afribi gets himself a kill as well, and this time it is Yuki that oversteps just a little bit, and ZNT punish it with a firm hand. Afribi gets himself a kill. So the Shibi and the BB boys are now online and set to go. A wave also in a terrible spot for Senshi. They missed that entire wave underneath on tower. Whip dodging away from that Q3 from Barrage. Still has a teleport available, and I must say, considering Barrage already has to use his, he is kind of lower on the HP side. Should be able to get the wave underneath and probably get another basin though. That's what I'm expecting here. Now on Trax clearing out the wave, but as you can see, the wave is slow pushing towards the side of the ZNT. So Afribi waiting loyally for his support to show up here. And now Yuki already took the crab on the top side. Marty having used his teleport to get that bossing one. I think he's gonna be building towards that Nash's food first item then. Which I think is the correct buy into this comp and playing the 2v2 that you're gonna wanna play. I personally really like the DLC here. With maybe the Zonias being up and available as well as a second or third buy into something like the Vi, but just thanks to the front to back, you have the range with the Asriel as well. Azir being able to kill both tanks and squishies alike, can make the play if needed. Smarty showcasing right now. Not scared to go play aggressive. Has the lethal tempo. Yeah, I'm not quite sure if I would personally opt for that rune in this specific, not only matchup, but game in general. But at the same time, maybe he thinks it's gonna be free hitting a lot of the time, so we will wait and see. The dragon has been started up by Shibi, which means the grubbies will be initiated by Senshi. They might be looking onto Whip. Whip does still have the flash up and available. Not sure if he might even need it. Barrage forces his flash out with the slow. So a trade of flashes in the top side here, but Shibi still soloing this dragon and doing it very efficiently. Now with the bot side going towards those grubs, that does mean that Afribi is now free farming in the bot lane, and especially the experience is the most important part for him. Getting those levels going, maybe even get a plating already. And they do see that Barrage is now heading to lane. Shibi's already level 6, so don't think we're looking at a dive, but maybe some sort of harassment underneath the tower. Some damage that could fall here. Afribi does get the plate. He's still fighting against Barrage, but he has a lethal tempo. It's honestly quite strong for these stronger fights. Now, with the cross map, I think it's an IT that's winning out here. Because sure, Asa maybe gets to lane a little bit more free than Ezreal would. But at the same time, Dexante could be in real trouble here. He just got level 6 though, so he might be looking for some sort of play or kidnap on the bot lane. But Asa gets himself first plate of the top lane tower now as well. And aside those 2 kills in the beginning, it has been kind of quiet / passive. The classic lane swap. once more, which I think this time was initiated by Senshi, as opposed to what we saw from ZNT in game 1. Yuki once again going in for a little bit of poke onto Barrage, but Afribi is completely out of mana, so a base is long overdue. Jerky does not get his base cancelled there. Complete balls of steel. And that might be a pick onto Phoenix. Never mind. He might be walking up again, but I think he noticed Shibi there. Marty did not want to invest that flash in case Yuki was close. I think a correct and wise decision as well. Phoenix doing quite some damage. That's a flash away from Jerky. And the ultimate won't even be necessary from Marty. I was thinking about it for just a second. But the Emperor's Divide is completely and utterly unnecessary there. Jerky with a good play, a proactive play. 100% kill participation for the cow in this game so far. Now with his involvement on the mid lane. 3 out of 3. And already showing what he can do this game compared to the previous one. That's going to be the true shot barrage and a whole lot of damage. Antrax is going to be in trouble. That's going to be the all-in though. Cherokee will go down, but the fight isn't over just yet. Afribi is going to be free hitting with a lethal tempo as well. Now Wasa versus Afribi and Shibi, but with the barrier he will end up losing that 2 versus 1. So 1 for 1 in the end. Flash away from Antrax though. And Afribi having to use some of his own resources. Senshi finally on the board. But that does mean defeat of war for ZNT. Now keep in mind, Phoenix doesn't have the flash here, so you might have to be careful, because Marty might just look for an Emperor's Divide here. Especially with the Alistar being fairly close. I think Phoenix probably knows exactly what's going on. And will not walk up unless the Vi is going to be closer, of course. Now once again though, we see a little bit of a CS lead in the mid lane for Marty. He also got the counter pick again, which is fair enough. But Azir versus Syndra, yeah, when it comes to lane oppressiveness, maybe. It kind of depends. If you dodge the balls, then you're fine, but that's with a lot of things in life. Don't quote me on that though. Next objective on the map. Void grubs in 10 seconds exactly. Ooh, take a look at the Alistar though. Phoenix in trouble. And he will go down once more. And yeah, I mean, you know that they're looking for you. I'm not sure if it's a mispositioning by Phoenix. Maybe not properly communicated by Senshi bot lane. Because they know that Alistar has been missing for quite a while. But at the same time, what else can you do against being hack splashed on underneath the tower? This does mean that the Void Grubs will go the way of ZNT, and no real answer for the side of Senshi. I'm sure they're thinking about going towards that dragon, which is also why they have sent Barrage down. They will give up the top lane tower then, which are a lot of plates rather. And not only that, but also the free experience for Afribi is more than welcome. Senshi at least. They have to start building some objectives of their own, so they gladly trade some of that for the dragon. Now Whip going in with the ultimate, that's going to be the Call of the Forge. Got a completely... That's alright, nothing happened. What? Okay, Antrax goes down though, so unfortunately he kind of oversteps his welcome. I think it was once again Jerky here that set up that one. Thanks to the Pulverize and the Headbutt. Senshi paying 1 kill and a whole lot of gold for the Ezreal. For 1 dragon. Marty only extending his lead in the mid lane. Thanks to that Nash's Tooth. 10 CS per minute for this is here now. The one who comes close for the time being will be the Kaisa. A Barrage realizing he has to back off as well. And ZNT definitely in the driver's seat this game, right? We remember the early game of last time was a little bit messy. We don't have to keep repeating ourselves. But as opposed to that game, This time they're not only being proactive, but it's working. They're being proactive, they're being calculated in every single play that they make. The way that Jerky is performing on this Elite. Yeah. Just not gonna mention any players again. The way that ZNT in general though has been playing is way more calm and collected. And I like to see it. Senshi, on the other hand, they had to kind of have it from punishing their mistakes in the last game. So let's see if they can still try and build a lead while ZNT is not actively, dare I say, griefing or making any of these mistakes. Nice flash away from Masa, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. The killer instinct as well, so fancy feats from the AD carry until there isn't. Still alive for the time being though, so well played. They do force out the flash of the Kaisa instead of the ultimate. True Shot Barrage has not been invested. I think Anthrax could be in a whole lot of trouble here. A lot of damage coming through from Shibi, and now Jerky has to invest the ultimate. And Phoenix, well aware that there's still danger lurking, might be looking for a stun onto either the Azir or the Zyra. Found Marty there, but as we said already, there's just simply not enough follow-up for the time being. And Senshi, you're gonna have to start doing something at some point. Maybe for now, it's better to just get whatever you can in terms of resources as well, so you can at least try and fight back. Flash away from Afribi. That's a flash in from Yuki though. I don't think they can reach. Yuki not only taking a lot of damage, but Asa could be in trouble now as well. Afribi has to use both the barrier and the flash though, but he'd more than happily trade that one for Yuki's flash as well. Still has the arcane shift in case things go south for the Ezreal. Now on both side lanes, they're hammering away at each other, trying to open up a little slimmer on the tower there, but we see that it's next to impossible in order to make that happen. Marty now 157 CS at 14 minutes. Well, he's having a resourceful game, you could say. Now once again, the all-in on the bot lane. We might see Barrage forcing out the flash of Whip here. If he does connect with the Q3 here, Whip still in trouble. Now there's the flash away. There's the call of the Forge God though. And I'm not sure what Yuki here is doing, because he's gonna be completely and utterly outplayed underneath the tower. And Barrage now has a visitor in the river, but with no follow-up he should be able to get away safely. Meanwhile, the flash in the top side, and Yuki still in trouble versus Marty. He's gonna have to be careful. And Asa now one mystic shot away from dying, but I think Afribi for the time being will have to take with what he can get. Should be now on a killing spree, and it's falling apart for Senshi here. Barrage still looking for Whip, but with one more auto attack and a volcanic rupture should be able to get that kill as well. 1-9 is now the score line, and ZNT showing utter dominance in this game too. Solo Bolo for Whip in that Ornn versus Xante matchup. It's now Yuki on the Vi once again, maybe looking for a play, but what are you gonna ult? Even Jerky is just laughing in your face. Now skyling towards the Herald. The Herald is at 2k HP right now. They don't want to give this one away for free. That's going to be the Pulverize already. 2 teleports coming in. The red team has destroyed the Rift Herald. Yuki will not be able to get this one going. That's going to be the ultimate on the backline. The Assault and Barrage, but it won't be enough. And now Whip is here as well. The Polymorph is doing nothing. We buy a little bit more time. I'm not quite sure why Senshi still wants to chase this one. There's no Rift Herald to be taken. I don't think there's a kill to be gotten as well. They do find a stun on Marty, but you are simply wasting your time here. Focus your attention on the Cloud Dragon. You can see that Jerky is wasting in some illegal plays. Barrage still kind of wanting to chase the Ornn, but as I said already, they're kind of just wasting their time, unfortunately. Now Barrage once again looking for the play onto Whip. He has the ultimate, he has the all out. It's a 1v1, it's an isolated scenario. It's gonna go for it. There we go, the all out with the all in. Finds one Q, finds another. Should have the knock up in just a little bit. That should be the solo bolo onto Whip. Whip has the ultimate, but I don't think it will be enough. One more Q should seal the deal. A W should be coming in just a bit. That's the shutdown going over to Yuki. As my voice completely dies, and so does Whip. Even in the 1v1 scenario, he would have fallen. So good job to Barrage. Not quite a solo bolo, but you could still you could call it a solo kill, I'd say. Still, once again, of course, that's when Pixante is just unleashed against something like a tank and gets to hit Q after Q eventually. At max percentage HP damage will start stacking up against you, and then no surprises, your HP ball will start to disappear. So with the next objective on the map, I don't think there's gonna be a contest coming from Senshi. There's 6.5k gold behind at 18 minutes, which is fairly significant. But now, however, ZNT know that they kind of have a monopoly when it comes to these dragons. Now with the Rift Herald already taken, they already were able to get the feat for themselves as well. So upgraded boots if they so desire. A little bit of extra power next to those ornaments, why not? Senshi bot lane, they really want to get the Smith Tower as we saw in game 1, but it is simply just too much wave clear. I don't think there's enough answers, enough relevance for them to stay there. Now Whip can't quite cancel the Kaisa, but maybe the Lulu could be in trouble now. Oh my god, that hard steel proc. Meanwhile on the bot side, the tower has been taken down already as well. Barrage could be in trouble. Amazing scatter of the week from Phoenix. And now Anthrax has to flash away. Afribi is gonna be drifting, not sure where to. Okay, he just ran it into the wall and then he got out. Perfect. Full usage. If I hear one more ping, it's okay. I will do nothing. It's alright. Moving into the item department though. We see that all of a sudden Marty was thinking about going Shadow Flame or Zonia's, but instead he's just gonna go for the Rabadon's Death Cap. So I was gonna say the Rabadon's Despair, but that's more for Senshi, less for ZNT for the time being. And Afribi is also stacking up on items. So Muramana coming right now. There we go. Coming as we're talking about it. Served on a platter. And already building towards that third item as well. If I'm Senshi here, I'm really trying to think, how do I try and come back in this game? Because let's bear with me, right? You're playing Vi, you're playing Syndra. You really want to blow up a target. Now you're behind. So obviously blowing up target will not be as easy. You're gonna have to outnumber them. The problem is when you outnumber them, there's an Asir on one side split pushing with an Nashikut, and on the other side, the Ornn is somehow holding his own against something like a Xanthi. So that's gonna be the all out once more from Barrage. Okay, Q after Q, but a little bit optimistic maybe. Looking for the wave now. We do know that the Vi is close, but take a look at the other side of the map. Don't think this is a worth investment. The flash away from Phoenix, but he will still get reached within range, and Marty picks that up 1 for free, and Jerky doing absolutely more than he has to in this game. Now Whip is the one walking up this time around. Yuki still has the ultimate. That's out of range though. Maybe they can find a kill on top of the Xanthi if you're the Ornn, but with the ultimate from the Vi being up and available, I don't think it should be good for them. Now Barrage is still alive, but doesn't have a lot of HP, so might have to consider teleporting. And wait, everybody, why is everybody bot lane? Hello? Alright. Well, top tower is gone, there we go. Inhibitor tower just fell down, that's what we talked about with the Azir split pushing. Mid tower also falls now. And that's just kind of a missed rotation from Senshi. They really wanted to kill Whip there, but without the real game plan, because you don't even have priority on Otacon right now. The dragon wasn't up. I think they just made a mistake there, which of course happens, but ZNT doing really well as to recognize that they're not in any real danger, and they could just keep on pushing, get that inhibitor tower down, and then start hammering away at an inhibitor later on, of course. Now Anthrax and Yuki though, they're gonna be trying to walk together as a the jungle and sub, the drop. I just said insane. The jungle and support duo. But honestly, if you're Senshi, I really trying to see it. Because you want to blow up a target, okay. You maybe use the Vi ultimate onto Amphibi like this, exactly. Okay, never mind. Well, that's just... that's insane timing, by the way. Well, now with the Vi being down, oh, that's a flash on top of the Zyra. I think you got a little bit too excited there. Might have to pay for it with his life. And now Marty going in once more. Should be able to get the kill there. Nice kidnap from Barrage. Marty could be in trouble, but instead he's going to be flashing on the backline. He will fall down for it, but not before he gets the double kill for himself. The killer instinct from the side of Asa. As he gets one, he might get another one. The flash onto Shibi, but that's going to be the Zonias going forward. Whip still alive, and he doesn't manage to find the kill onto Asa. Asa is absolutely space gliding with that Kraken. And with that Gwynsus, I don't think he's going to be getting quite in range. The Void Seeker also does not find its target. But take a look, True Shot Barrage coming downtown. It will find Anthrax. Unfortunately, not a clean sweep as ZNT might have hoped. But all of a sudden, Senshi show that they are capable of fighting. And it all started with Afribi just unfortunately using that Arcane Shift a little bit too close to Yuki, who of course has that Assault and Battery there. So the Cease and Desist rather is the name now, apologies, but it's gonna be fairly hard to try and get this one going on the side of Senshi to try and make that magic happen again, because as we said, they are extremely good at punishing mistakes, which is exactly what they did when Afribi just decided to Arcane Shift in out of nowhere, but just need to see if they can keep it up. I must say, Asa is once again having a monster performance though. This man dares to play forward, not scared of a little danger. Apparently he's very good at flash ulting on Varus as well, so I've seen on Senshi's Twitter. For this game it will be the Kaisa. Now Jerky could be in trouble, doesn't have the ultimate yet, and he actually will be able to find him. That's gonna be... oh my god, they just got Atakan, that's crazy. They just got it, and then he gets the Guardian Angel, and he gets the respawn. He just invested the Vi ultimate as well. That is unbelievable timing for ZNT. Yuki securing himself. The Scuttle Crab though. There we go. Shibi's gonna be in trouble, but gets blown up. Gets the Guardian Angel. They might start the Baron, or they get Envision, never mind. I don't know why they would start it. Completely my bad. And Marty is so extremely strong right now. Not only does he have the upgraded Nashor's Tooth, back in the day, the Baron's gift will never be forgotten. But he also almost has the Void Staff already next to that Rabadon stat cap. So, Whip, first item that he upgraded was going to be not only the Ezreal's but also the Alseer's item. And now that's gonna be the all-in here. Maybe Jerky's gonna be in trouble. Doesn't have the ultimate anymore. He's gonna be flashing onto Asa, but Asa's still alive for the time being. They might have found Shibi. Shibi gonna be in trouble, but there's gonna be the Zonias, and the Zonias is huge. Afribi is free hitting still for the time being. Shibi will finally go down, but Afribi flashes forward. Can he finish them off? I don't think he can, but he should be able to find a kill onto Barrage before Barrage can reach a Mystic Shot after Mystic Shot and a couple of auto attacks, which makes for an unofficial triple kill for the 80 carry of ZNT. In Senshi, a valiant effort from Asa, but with the Zonias and with the Guardian Angels being up and available, it is simply an unwinnable fight to play. Still, I'm pleasantly surprised by how hard Senshi is holding on. It's kind of what we're seeing in game 1, but this time around with the roles reversed. Senshi really not giving up on ZNT, who are able to fight these fights time and time again. And I'm looking at you, Jerky, as well. You might have been polymorphed into that last team fight, but the amount of setup work you've been able to do so far has been absolutely a blast to watch. Now Chibi though, or Shibi rather, not Shibi, I don't know even know, Shibi, there we go. Does not have the flash still up and available. just had to use Zonias as well, so if there's any moment to engage onto the Zyra, that moment would be now. So once again, Alistar looking for the play, but not 100% sure of what they want to go for. Yuki clearing up the ward here. But ZNT, they're just kind of forcing them out of their own jungle. They're forcing them back to the mid lane so then they can take control of the jungle once more. First matter will be taking that inhibitor tower. They also still have the Azir tower that they could put down if they so desired, but I think for the time being, Senshi will just give this one a freebie. Oh my god, as he gets completely shut down from Phoenix. A 2 and 5 Syndra will do that to you. No questions asked, and that's gonna be the execution coming through. That's gonna be the flash in from Yuki as well. He could be in trouble, but he might have found Chibi. Chibi does still have the Zhonya's. There we go. Finally, they are able to make this one. Phoenix gets the kill. Barrage looking for the knockup, and he won't find it. It's a 2 for 2, but in a specific team fight, it's a 1 for 2. So I'm not sure if that was worth it for Senshi, but I think any kill you can get when you are behind, you'll be able to be grateful for. So Senshi now, they get 2 of their own kills, and they might still have to be careful because Yuki doesn't have the flash anymore. Shibi now has to use his one as well, and Whip slowly but surely getting tankier and tankier. Still, Asa, you might be able to free hit. I think Marty can say the same. Dragon is up. This will be soul point for ZNT, considering everybody will be basing. They're just going to be giving up the Cloud Soul, which is, by the way, the highest win percentage out of any soul, I believe. Maybe I'm crazy, but I think it was something like 79%. If I'm not wrong. I don't know, but it was fairly high. That means that there's now an 80% chance that ZNT win the game. I think could have asked me that before and I would have said about the same. If we take a look at how the game is going, but we've seen Senshi show some signs of life, of course. Freebie building towards that 4th item. Tisserelda's Grudge now up and available. Gonna be one hell of a menace to try and deal with this. Now Marty is level 16 already on the Azir, 3 full items, 10 full stacks on the Dark Seal as well, so nothing that this Emperor cannot do, nothing that he cannot achieve. Probably looking for Zhonya's, as already Asa has gotten himself on as well, sitting at 4 items, this Kaisa. Arguably the most fat member in the entirety of the game. And it's on the side of Senshi. Now once again the immediate ultimate from Jerky. That's gonna be the headbutt though. He flashes into Yuki. But now Yuki might be the one in trouble. He gets the cease and desist, but now Barrage is doing his best to try and stop them. But once again Jerky finds the engage. Hasan's gonna go down already as well. And it doesn't quite matter what Barrage can do, because from the grave there is absolutely nothing that they can do. And a teleport from Whip. I think he doesn't care about a wall or not. He will break anything in his way, and with these dead timers, ladies and gentlemen, I think we might have just seen the end of this best of 3. So many people were right with the 2-0 for ZNT. The Once Upon a Team was the underdog of the night. The title cannot be given towards Senshi. And ZNT, they managed to clean this one up. 2-0, first game from a hard point in time, but now from start to finish, utter dominance. Can't say we are very surprised, as it is something that we didn't expect going into the series to begin with. So, not the end of the world. Congratulations to ZNT. I think they showed resilience, I think they showed tenacity, And yeah, I mean, honestly, for me, it doesn't quite solve the issue of putting them like at a certain rank. Maybe that's just me, but them in their best forms, probably top 2, top 3 team. But then you see them making those type of mistakes that you don't really want to see. Of course, it was the first series of the season. The second game was already way cleaner than the first one. So I think in terms of execution, that ball will start rolling. Potential of this team, very, very high. Talking about Senshi, they were able to contest, especially on some sort of aspects, and then we're looking at team fighting. I do think sometimes they're a little bit lost in terms of what they want to do on the map, especially in game 1, sometimes with the rotations. Now they were able to rotate with a clear plan in mind, but even then the execution could be a little bit cleaner. Still, we will see. I think we're going to keep it on here. There's another game heading on Thursday, if I'm not mistaken. Might be another time, depending on what the schedule is for us. But just keep an eye on the socials, not only of Senshi, but also on the socials of World of Legends. This was the first best of 3 for both ZNT and for Senshi. It was ZNT who ended up victorious with a 2-0 in this best of 3. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. I hope I can what the hell did I just say? I hope I can expect you next time again as well. It was a pleasure as always. And yeah, until next time. Congrats on ZNT and have a nice evening. Bye bye.